All right, so this should be a situation that we're relatively familiar with. Got a matrix here, 3 planes, x, y, and z, 100 by 100, and that's passing through this jit.gen that just renders each of those very simply into a grid of points like this that we see here as a plane. So what I want to show you is how you can use a frame counter to add some animation to geometry like this. So I'm just going to come back in here, and the middle outlet of this jit.world sends a bang every render. So we can throw a counter in here, and this will give us a frame count. So if I do something like, say, for example, go trigger bang integer, the bang we can send here to the matrix to trigger another computation, and the integer will make an object called like frame $1 here, and use this to set the frame param in jit.gen. So I'm going to augment this a little bit just by adding some parameters that will change the shape of this geometry depending on the frame. I'm going to add, basically want this thing to wiggle all the way across. So we're going to take the x coordinate and take the cosine of that to add some wiggles to the y coordinate. And we'll also offset that by the frame so that the waving will be changing with every frame. So to do that, we need some more parameters. We need a param frame, the initial value of 0. We need a param freq1, and we'll give this an initial value of, say, 15. We need a param freq2. We'll give that a value of like 0.05. And finally, param amp, and we'll give that a value of something like 0.1. So now we've made a frame param, so we can connect frame here to jit.gen. We're going to take the x coordinate and multiply it by freq1 and add that to the frame multiplied first by freq2. And then we'll take the cosine of that. We could just as easily take the sine, but whatever. Now multiply this by the amplitude, and finally add it back to the y coordinate, just like this. And now we've got this beautiful wiggling rectangle over here. And it of course makes, it's especially cool because then you can do something like apply a texture to this, like say this texture. Ooh, look at that. So, haha, I fooled you. First, just let me say, don't worry. This isn't going to be a common occurrence. It's not going to be, I'm not going to talk about politics all the time or anything. Just feels like a sort of exceptional state. And so I wanted to, I guess, make an exception and address computer musicians directly, because I feel like no one else is going to. There isn't a lot of media attention given to computer musicians. So one of the great things about this discipline, computer music or programming or mathematics or whatever, is that it has a purity to it, right? You can approach it and sort of no matter your socioeconomic status or your race or whatever, your beliefs, the sum of the interior angles of a triangle are always going to be the same. There's something pure about that, and it means that it's a discipline that you can retreat to when you don't want to deal with what's happening politically. Yesterday, I joked that the real question this election was, how will this affect computer musicians? And of course, the punchline is it won't, right? If you're making computer music and if you're watching this video, then the demographics suggest that you are, like me, a white, male, middle-class, urban, college-educated person. And you will probably be just fine and basically unaffected by what has just happened. Of course, that's both a good and a bad thing. Because that ability to disengage is a privilege not, okay. So my feeling right now, what I would do if my initial gut reaction last night at 3 a.m. was, okay, this is fine. I'm just going to go to my studio. I'm going to get really deep into wavelets and other mixed frequency time domain representations of sound and just come up with whole new domains of synthesis and just, blow this whole computer music thing wide open, and then it'll come up in 4 years and everything will be fine. But of course, that's not how things should work. And if any good comes of what has just happened, maybe it can serve as a wake-up call to people like me, a wake-up call that you can't just hang out playing with pixels and sine tones all day and have everything be okay. Something that I guess confused me for a while is I thought that to engage politically, I would have to make political work, and I have no interest in making political work, in making software that's political or making art that has some kind of message attached to it. But I guess that doesn't have to be the case. I guess you can continue just to make regular work and find another part of your life where you pay more attention to the world around you and to the way other people are experiencing that world. People are saying that they want to leave the country, whether seriously or whether they're joking. They want to go to, the UK, Australia, France, the Netherlands, and to those people, especially if you're part of the computer musician class, I would say, please don't do that. This is a great country, and it's true that it has some very sick systems operating in it right now, and some people who are made very sick by those systems. And it needs people like you who understand complex systems and who have the opportunity to spend time understanding them and maybe dismantling them. If you're wondering what exactly to do, I would say that you don't have to do anything yet, and that an important first step is just to listen. There are people who are doing amazing work, helping women, helping people of color, helping the environment, and a critical first step is just to hear what they have to say and in time figure out the appropriate action for you yourself to take. So that's all I wanted to say, and I promise that unless things get really out of hand, this will be the last time. Let's hope this is the last time that I feel compelled to do this. Thanks for watching, and next time we'll talk about something that has nothing to do, it could happen on another planet. It will be so distant from the day-to-day affairs that we're dealing with here. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.